President-elect Joe Biden keeps packing the cabinet with old familiar faces, including some who have fought for corporate welfare in a big way over the years. You know, didn't you feel like when we started this next round of shows that we'd be talking about something different than what we have talked about right now? Cynthia Hogan. I mean, come on. Cynthia Hogan. She's front and center advice. Give me your take on it. I don't want to go too
At this
far.
point, we're looking at Cynthia Hogan coming into this administration. You know, she's been with Biden, by the way, for decades, but she took a little bit of time off over the last few years, obviously, to go and work as a lobbyist for Apple, where she fought on behalf of the massive corporate tax cuts. She worked with the NFL as a lobbyist, helped them with their concussion scandal, the assault scandals.
When you say
NFL.
helped him with, understand, helped him with in that lobbying business,
right,
is to go put the best face on it, no matter what the truth is. A lobbyist is a lobbyist. They are absolutely flying monkeys. And so let's talk about that. She's the person that advised Joe Biden to go with the 3 strikes legislation, where we put more African Americans in prison for minimal drug use, really. It was ridiculous. Child on the corner has 3 strikes. They're going to prison, okay? Not only that, this is the woman, if you'll remember, this is before your time, but I remember it. There was a woman named Angela Wright that wanted to tell the story about Anita Hill, okay? He was the guy, do you remember the hearings? If you've seen videos, he's attacking Anita Hill relentlessly in favor of Clarence Thomas. She's the one, this Hogan woman, is the one who engineered the prevention of Angela Wright testifying. There's a long list on this woman.
There really is, and the fact that he is, keeping her around even as these stories reemerge. There is no, they're not trying to hide the fact of who she is and what she's done and who she's worked for. This is, those are credentials for her. They're not problems with people like Joe Biden and the incoming administration. Just like, look, we're looking at Tom Vilsack probably coming in with agriculture.
Great example.
They call him Mr. Monsanto.
I know.
Austin coming into the Pentagon, he's on the board of Raytheon.
Right.
We're looking at, oh my God, even more corporatist than we just saw from Trump's administration.
Okay, let's just talk about Monsanto just a little bit. Roundup, right? There's such a history. These are the people that put seeds all over the world. And so now this guy is going to be in the cabinet advising the president on what he should do with things like Roundup, things like geoseeds, those types of things. Let's go back to Hogan. Okay, Hogan, a lobbyist for Apple you talk about. But what people miss is she's the one who helped Apple go after Chinese dissidents. Okay,
terrifying.
It was terrifying. I mean, these were Chinese dissidents who were saying, we got a right to be out here in the streets. She's the one that helped Apple out those people, and she defended that.
Yeah, and that's what we can expect from this administration. More people like Hogan, more Vilsacks, more Austins, all of these people, and it's exactly, by the way, what we had expected. We had pretty much, all of us had called this is what's going to happen because, okay, at least it's not horrible on Twitter like Trump, and some of these people, a few of them, not any of the ones we've talked about, could end up being better. I hesitantly say that. But in terms of, are we looking at change over the next 4 years? Absolutely not.
And you know what? Every time we do the show, you're going to have the tribal political lizards come out. Oh, give him a chance. You just want to. No, look, they know where we come from. We're extremely progressive. We're AOC progressive. This is not. We knew this was coming, and so what are you going to do? We got to talk about it.
Yeah.
And yes, we are going to talk about it. And if we offend you, go to another damn channel. How about that? When I look at how Google is handling PFAS, let me talk about this just a minute. PFAS is a product. It's a chemical that causes cancer. It causes all types of illnesses in human beings. What we have here now is, rather than getting any help from social media, from the big companies, it actually looks like they're working for companies like 3M and the companies who produce. I mean, if you go do a search They put the best foot forward. What is your take on PFAS?
What we're learning about now, and you and I have talked about PFAS for years, obviously, it gets more terrifying every time there's a new story coming out. And Sharon Lerner with The Intercept, who's been a great friend of us, has come out with another one here, talking about all the latest reports, most of them coming out of Europe, because they're less hindered by the corporate influence as we are. PFAS is in dang near everything, I think is the best way to say that. You know, if it's hand sanitizer, you're getting a dose of PFAS. If it's cosmetics, you got a dose of PFAS. Your carpet, your car, your motor oil, all of it is now containing PFAS. This forever toxic chemical is everywhere now. You can't avoid it.
If you want to know how bad this is, and I'm not just saying this because I'm in the documentary, I tried the first PFAS cases, the first C8 cases ever tried in America, tried 4 of them. And that's the first time that we figured out that it's killing people. In the Ohio River Valley, they contaminated the water of 70,000 people who were drinking the damn stuff. Their children were drinking it. It was in swimming pools. They showered with it. They drank it every day. Cancer clusters were all up and down the Ohio River Valley, okay? You remember I tried those cases?
Yeah.
They made a movie about it. It's called The Devil We Know. If you really want to understand this, and I know you've seen this, we've talked about it's the best handling of this case I've ever seen. It's called The Devil We Know. It's on Netflix. And it tells you how dangerous. This stuff's in popcorn bags, pizza boxes, carpets, fry pans, dental floss, fabrics, cosmetics. And the companies knew how dangerous it was, and they were dumping it into the Ohio River. And it was ending up in people's drinking water. So now, here's what's really interesting. McCabe. Talk about Mike McCabe, his connection to this. He's the guy who's leading the charge on who's going to end up with the EPA. You did a story on it.
Yeah,
Talk about it.
Yeah, that's what's so disappointing here is yet another, as we've already talked about so many, you got McCabe, who worked on DuPont's behalf, you know, understood the dangers here, tried to whitewash it like so many others, and now here he is in the Biden administration, potentially running the entire Environmental Protection Agency. This is a horror story is what we're looking at now. This is a true-to-life horror story because this stuff is killing people. This stuff is destroying the bodies of human beings, and we still, I know we know a lot of what's happened. We don't even know the extent of it yet. We don't know what this stuff could do in another 20 or 30 years. And Biden's right here talking, being friends with, and taking advice from one of the guys who was involved in this.
Worse than that, Biden is saying to McCabe, hey, why don't you appoint the people to the EPA that are going to oversee this? This is the biggest environmental catastrophe in America right now. And when I was trying cases up in the Ohio River Valley, we tried testicular cancer, kidney cancer. We saw birth defects. We saw all of this happening. And now you have Michael McCabe, who was there lobbying for these companies, saying, I'm going to be the guy who makes appointments to the EPA, and we're going to see this go on because the EPA is not going to do anything about it. It is so tragic, and we started this election, again, truth be told, you and I are way left progressive.
Yeah.
There's no question. So I am not going to allow this to happen through this administration without talking about it.
Right. We're not going to sit here and say, well, at least it's not Trump. No.
Yeah.
I mean, people will die from these decisions, and that's the God's honest truth. And we're going to expose that. We're going to keep talking about that. I don't care which party does it. It's evil.
If they don't like it, good advice. Change the damn channel, okay? Farron Cousin, thank you for joining me, Owen.
Thank you.